Morning, Trainiacs. Here we are, Groundhog Swim Day. It is a swim bike day. Right now, every day besides Friday is two somethings. It's a lot of somethings. So as we start rolling out things like the Pro Training Master Classes, Team Trainiac, starting to get sizable amounts of people watching this, there's a lot that's coming up that I haven't talked to you about as far as like being able to provide you free triathlon training info. So you all deserve to know where this is all going, where my head's at. You invest a lot of time watching, just like I invest a lot of time making. So two-way street. So everyone that's really good out there, we're gonna update you. Now, unfortunately, for everyone that like legitimately is a pain out there, there's a lot that's come up over the last month or so that we unfortunately have to talk about. Ooh-wee, I was into that. I don't know what it was, but swim just felt good. 3,450 yards in 1 hour, 2 minutes. That was the Tower 26 Mambo set. Serious business. Okay, it's windy. No point in chatting here. We'll chat back at the cavern, as we normally do. Groundhog Day. So all right, Trainiacs, let's talk. So over the past month or so, I've been doing a lot of thinking as we start coming out with more of a business. Who do we serve? What is our mission? Because it's starting to involve more people. It's involving software developers and outsourced staff that we are starting to hire. Kim is starting to come on board. And it's important that we understand where we're going and what we're doing. There's a book called Good to Great by Jim Collins. I haven't actually read it, but I've heard one of the key tenets of being exceptional, being really successful and just good at what you do and fulfilled is what is something that you could potentially be best in the world at. Now, I'm not going to be best in the world at doing triathlon. I'm not going to be best in the world at being like the best coach. What we hear consistently time and time again is that we've been a part of helping people get to their first race. And I think that what we could potentially be some of the best in the world at is helping welcome people to triathlon and getting them to their first few races and years of racing successfully and enjoying it, getting to that start line confidently and getting to the finish line feeling strong. I feel that because a lot of coaches out there are more like that best coach in the world with the fancy degrees and letters behind their name and all of the scientific data that applies to elite athletes, and they themselves were elite athletes, but I wasn't. And that's a good thing because while I am exposed to some of the best in the world, I still can look at it from the standpoint of one of you, one of the new triathletes who's coming into the world of triathlon, and how can we take some of those really big topics and distill it down to what the average person can do and will enjoy. So who do we serve? We think that where we're going with this is the person that is coming into triathlon and is somewhere probably in their first 5 years in the sport and wants to get better at triathlon, work it into their life and not lose their real life for the sake of triathlon. They want to be able to do both, get to the start line confidently, and get to the finish line feeling strong. At least being a better version of themselves. And I get that. Then what does that mean going forward? Well, I thought about Team Trainiac and ProTriathlonTraining.com, and some of the feedback that we were getting is, you know what, Taren, I like you. I like what you're doing on YouTube. I like the concept of Team Trainiac, but I'm just not there yet. And I was like, damn, I didn't realize that people need basically to train to get on Team Trainiac and to do the workouts and the guidelines on protriathlontraining.com. Coincidentally, something that I was reading just recently, again, I like some books, is Psychotactics. And when I went to this website, something that I came across was he went to products, and then this is all about online marketing, and he had start here first. And I looked at this image, and what I see is how he walks you through this is basically a choose your own adventure, that if you are just brand new to online marketing, you need the book. If instead you are building your first website, you need the website builder course. So what I've been actually working on is a similar thing. And I talked about this in the new Triathlon Trainiac training system, where we're building little booklets and courses. I've basically already got the swim one done. We've got to package it up. And it's all set in such a way that if you are a complete beginner, we've got the complete beginner booklets to help you with that. If you're a little bit more advanced and you want to start diving into heart rate training and recovery and nutrition, we'll have the booklets and the mini courses for that. Anywhere along the way, once you've built the foundation, then you can choose to be on Team Trainiac, but you don't have to. But we're giving people the supplements to take them from complete beginner over here to confident on race day over here, and making sure that people have all the tools, no matter what they're struggling with along the way, to get there. All with that idea in mind that we're not looking to build amazing Olympic level triathletes. We're looking at building good amateur triathletes and feeling like a badass, feeling like you've really kicked ass and done something that was a little bit daring, scared you, and grown as a person. Like, that's the person that I want to be working with. And that's what we're working on. Now, literally as jacked up as I am about that, about figuring out who we can really help and what we need to do to get them to that finish line confidently and strong, this is where I'm just as saddened and upset about some of the comments that are rolling out as we are going forward into being a business here. And one of the main comments that we got from somebody is, this channel has changed, everything is selling now. And I got a heck of a lot to say about this. Number one, we're either selling free resources where literally it's just like free. It's free swim training. It's free heart rate training. Sure, there are some embedded ads and commercials now that we've done. I only talk about things that I actually use and really believe in. I'm not selling some teeth whitening kit. Everything that you see here, it is tested. It's shown to work, it's durable, it's a good value, and in a lot of cases even comes with a discount. And if you don't want to buy Spork socks or Solstar insoles or Four Sigmatic coffee or Roka gear, don't buy it. And one of the things that I don't understand about people being so upset that there are ads or products that I talk about in here is, what are you comparing me to? If you're comparing me to media, do you get absolutely irate and phone the TV station about commercials that come on, or radio that has commercials, or magazines that are literally 60% ads? Keep in mind that I've done about 950 free videos, each one taking about 6 hours of work absolutely every time we hit publish. That's just to do the videos. So multiply that and we're getting to like 3 years of free work. We have to make a living off of this. And then a lot of people will be sharp and say, well, you have these ads before YouTube videos. Let me show you something. This is my YouTube dashboard here, like full transparency. I'm not hiding anything. You're talking to somebody who has the 3rd largest YouTube channel in triathlon in the world, did almost 537,000 views over the last 28 days, 2.9 million hours of free content watched. And what do we make off of it? Less than $2,000. But then you might say, what about the podcast? You've got advertisers for that. Yeah, but triathlon's a really small world. We're not Tim Ferriss doing hundreds of thousands of downloads every single episode, and we just get to charge podcast rates because we only sell about 3/4 of the available ad spots, about $1,500 a month off the podcast. I have to pay for an editor to do that. I have to pay for hosting of the podcast. So from traditional media, we only make about less than $3,500 a month. That doesn't pay for Mel's salary. That doesn't pay for Kim, who is not working as much in other jobs, who's starting to work for us. I still have to make a living. We still have to buy multi-$1,000 MacBooks to make these videos. We have to buy damn near $1,000 storage drives, server space, cameras, GoPros, travel, food, lodging, software memberships, analytics, email services for all of those free resources that we provide. All of that amounts to about $2,000 a month by itself. So I can't make money off traditional media, and I've got to look at turning this into a business, and that's where what we're doing going forward actually comes in. And what do we do? Well, that's a simple one to know. People tune into us to learn about triathlon. But here we are having a lot of people that are sending us really nasty, lewd messages saying pro triathlon training should be free. Well, the pros' time isn't free. I have to pay for them. I also have to pay to get there. Well, Team Trainiac should be free. Well, I'll tell you this, the software to build that has actually cost more than every single one of the cars that I've ever purchased combined. And beyond that, it's also not like I'm trying to sell things that we haven't put a ton of thought into. ProTriathlonTraining.com. When else will you be able to learn from Lucy Charles how to swim? Or from Cam Worf, the Kona bike course record holder, how to bike? Or from Sarah True and Ben True, Olympians and American 5K road record holders, how to run? Bridging that gap and getting to expose all of you who are trying to learn this stuff to some of the best in the world, I think is pretty cool. Team Trainiac, we're taking what is now 6,500 workouts and through algorithms dividing it up and slicing and dicing it so that no matter where in the world you are, no matter what your race season is, no matter when you want to work out throughout the week, you can get a customized training plan for you in a matter of just minutes with video demonstrations and audio files, all telling you how to train. And in addition to that, you can be part of a really cool team. When we met a bunch of Trainiacs that are on the team in Puerto Rico, and they were talking about how they finally know what to do every single day. And they're going into 5Ks and PBing and time trials in the pool and PBing. I think it's pretty awesome. We're not selling crap here. We're selling things that a lot of people have put a lot of time and effort into designing. I tried to make things that were so unique and interesting that you actually get value from it. Now, why even talk about this? Well, I mentioned this before. A couple of years ago, I almost had a nervous breakdown. I had one day where at about 4 in the afternoon on a Friday, I came home and I curled up in bed and I was getting so beat down from negative comments and the training and the work. It was all just so much that I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep doing this YouTube channel. And one of the things that we did at the time was NTK, my wife Kim, she started taking over managing a lot of the comments because she saw how the negative comments and the unfortunate hatred, not from Trainiacs, but I think from people who don't have a lot of class and might just be coming and going. Well, now that she is more involved in doing this, she's starting to take it really personally, and it's getting to the point that she's a lot tougher than I am, because what she's looking at is all of these really good, cool things that we are breaking our backs to try to make really unique and really help people out. And meanwhile, we're getting crapped on in the meantime. So she's starting to get upset. And I think that we had to have this talk. Now, I know that the vast majority of the Trainiacs out there are awesome. And I have all of you to thank. And I'm so honored that you all spend time watching this every day or every couple of days or maybe once a month, whatever it is. We're really thankful for it. But for the people that might not realize how their comments affect us, we read them all. And when they are negative and they are putting us down for just trying to make a living in the sport that we love with people that are doing things that we are so jazzed up about helping them with, it's hurtful. And to the people who might not realize how their comments are coming off, just know that a lot of context is lost in social media. And when you put out a comment that could just be like a little bit negative, it's hurtful. And there's a person on the other side of your keyboard. So I got nothing to sell, no free downloads, no discount of this or that. But thanks all Trainiacs. That's what's up. Stick around because I'm so, like literally, I'm jacked up about these mini courses and who we're serving and honored to be a part of it. So thanks. Later. I think this was long. Was it a long video? Later.